Good morning, sir. I'm going to answer some of the question of marine environment. So what is the meaning of marine environment? Marine environments are those world, seas, and ocean. Marine environments relate to morphology of nearshore, offshore, and deep water zones of the ocean. So, what are the major sources of marine pollution and its impact, hazards to human and animals in shipping industry? Marine pollution is a combination of chemicals in trash, most of which comes from land sources and is washed or blown into ocean. This pollution results in damage to the environment, to the health of organisms, and economic structures worldwide. Chemical contamination or nutrient pollution is concerning for health, environment, and economic reasons. This type of pollution occurs when human activities, notably the use of fertilizer on farms, lead to runoff of chemicals into waterways that ultimately flow into the ocean. The increased concentration of chemicals such as nitrogen phosphorus in the coastal ocean promotes the growth of algal blooms, which can be toxic to wildlife and harmful humans. The negative effects of health and the environment caused by algal blooms hurt local fishing and affect shipping industries. So, the International Convention for the Prevention of Pollution from the Ships, or MARPOL, is the main international convention covering prevention of pollution of the marine environment by ships from operational or accidental causes. MARPOL Convention was adopted in 2nd to November 1973 at IMO. The Protocol of 1978 was adopted in response to a dispute at tanker accidents in 1976 to 1977. As the 1973 MARPOL Convention had not yet entered into force in 1978, MARPOL Protocol observed the parent convention. The combined instrument entered into the force the 2nd October of 1983. In 1997, a protocol was adopted and amended the Convention of New Annex 6 was added, which entered into the force in 19th May 2005. MARPOL was been updated by amendments through the years. The convention includes regulations aimed at preventing and minimizing pollution from ships, both accidental pollution and that from routine operations, and currently includes 6 technical annexes. Special areas with strict controls or operational discharges are included in most annexes. The Annex 1 regulation for the prevention of pollution by oil was entered into force in 2nd October in 1983. Covers the prevention of pollution by oil from operational measures as well as from the accidental discharges. The 1992 amendments to Annex 1 made it mandatory for new oil tankers to have double hulls and brought a phase schedule for existing tankers to fit double hulls, which was subsequently revised in 2001 and 2003. The Annex 2 regulation is for the control of pollution. Noxious liquid substance in bulk was entered into force in the 2nd October 1983. The details discharge criteria and measures for the control of pollution by noxious liquid substance carried in bulk. Some 250 substances were evaluated and included in the list appended to the Convention of Discharge. The residues is allowed only to reception facilities until certain concentration and conditions, which may vary with the category of substances are complied with. In any case, no discharge of residues containing noxious substance is permitted within 12 miles of the nearest land. In the Annex 3, prevention of pollution by harmful substances was carried by the sea back from was entered into the force the 1st July 1992. Contains general requirements the issuing of detailed standards of packing, marking, labeling, documentation, stowage, quantity limitations, and expecting and notifications. For the purpose of this annex, harmful substances are those substances which are identified as marine pollutants in the International Maritime Dangerous Code or the IMDG code, or which meet the criteria in the appendix of Annex 3. The Annex 4 Prevention, the pollution by sewage from ships, was entered into the force in the 27th September 2003. Contains requirements to control pollution of the sea by sewage. The discharge of sewage into the sea is prohibited, except when the ship has operation an approved sewage treatment plant or when the ship is discharging comminuted and disinfect sewage using an approved system at a distance of more than 3 nautical miles from the nearest land. Sewage which is not disinfect has been discharged distance more than 12 nautical miles from the nearest land. In the Annex 5, Prevention of Pollution by the Garbage from the Ships, entered into force in the 31st December 1988, deals with the different types of garbage and specifies the distances from the land and the manner in which they have disposed of. The most important feature of the annex is the complete ban on the disposal into the sea of all forms of plastics. Then the Annex 6, as the prevention of air pollution from the ships, was entered into force in 19 May 2005. Sets limits on sulfur oxide and nitrogen oxide emissions from the ship, exhaust and prohibits deliberate emissions of ozone depleting substance designated emission control areas, set more stringent standards for noxious sulfur oxide and nitrogen oxide particulate matter. A chapter adopted in 2011 covers mandatory technical and operational energy efficiency measures aimed at reducing greenhouse gas emissions from the ships. That's all, and thank you, sir, and God bless.